How's everybody? All right, so today we are going to make a sketchbook. Okay, every artist I know has a ton of sketchbooks. They cannot resist buying sketchbooks, making sketchbooks. I personally have a lot of sketchbooks. I have sketchbooks in my car, I have sketchbooks in my desk, I have sketchbooks at school, I have sketchbooks at home. I always look at sketchbooks every time I go to the store. Not that I need any more sketchbooks, but I love to buy sketchbooks. A lot of kids tell me I'm not good at drawing. The only way you get better at something is what? If you practice. So the way to practice is to have a sketchbook. It can be a lined notebook, that's fine if that's what you have, but to have a notebook that doesn't have lined paper in it is even better. And another thing, people are obsessed with making sure they draw perfect. Don't worry about that, all right? I have a niece who tears papers out of her sketchbook and it makes me crazy. You learn by your mistakes. So even if you draw something in your sketchbook that's not great, that you really don't like, don't tear it out. Keep working, keep drawing, because as you get better, you can go back to that sketch and see your growth. You can see how much you've improved. If you tear that out, it's gone, and you can't really see how much you've improved. That's why I like to keep all your artwork at school and send it home at the end of the year, because you can see your progression. You can see how much you've grown, how much better you've gotten over the course of the year. So that's what sketchbooks are for. So we're gonna make a sketchbook today, and what you're gonna need, you're gonna need 10 pieces of paper. It can be any kind of paper. I recommend just plain old copy paper, all right? You're gonna need, you don't have to have this, but if you want a cover for your sketchbook, you need 2 pieces of lightweight cardboard. If you have cereal in the cabinet, ask your parents if you can have the box from it. You can always just take that bag out, roll it up, put a clippy on it. It's fine in there. Get the box, carefully undo it with the seams, and use the front and the back of the cereal box. That's what this stuff is right here. This is called chipboard, and it's what cereal boxes are made out of. You need 2 pieces of that if you want a cover. Don't have to have a cover, but it's more fun. You need a pair of scissors. You need a pencil. And you need a glue stick if you're gonna do the cover. You might also need some ribbon if you wanna have a tie. See, mine's got a little tie. Okay? It unties. It opens up. And it's got all these pages inside. Okay? That's what we're gonna make today. So, the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take 1 piece of paper. With that 1 piece of paper, okay, we've got it laid out landscape. You're going to fold it in half. And remember, when we fold it in half, we make the corners match up. We don't fold this yet, okay? You make the corners match up. I got a corner up here, I got a corner down here matched up. I hold it in the middle really tight, and remember, these little ninjas creep over, pushing down on the table, pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. Yeah! Flatten that tunnel out. And then these guys jump over, and from the center, you go out. And you get a really, really, really good crease. You gotta really press down on that and make sure that it's nice and flat. Okay? When you open it up, it should want to close right back up. That's how hard I press down on it. I can put it up like that and make a tent. Okay, that's called a mountain fold. If I do it like that, it's called a valley fold. See, it makes a V. Okay, so that's our first thing that we're gonna do. Then you're gonna open it back up. And it's still in landscape. This time, you're gonna bend it towards you, but we're not gonna fold it. We're just gonna bend it line up our edges. And I'm gonna hold it right there, okay? I'm gonna press down where it's folded, and I'm gonna use this line as a cutting line, all right? Now, I'm holding it where the open edges are together, all right? And I'm holding it tight, and I'm gonna cut on this line. I'm not gonna cut all the way through, but I'm cutting from where it's folded, right on that line. And I'm going to stop with about that much left. Okay, so do not cut all the way through your paper. Leave that much so that we have a hole in our paper. Okay? So that's only on one piece of paper. One piece. Okay, so we started with 10 pieces of paper. That was our first piece. The other 9 pieces, and we're gonna do 2 pieces at a time. If you're smaller, you might want to do 1 piece at a time. I'm gonna do 2 pieces at a time. I'm gonna lay it in landscape. I'm gonna fold it just like I did our very first piece of paper. I'm gonna make sure the corners match, hold it in the middle, press all the way to the center, go from the center out. And I'm gonna crease those edges really good. So up to that point is just like the very first step. Open it. Make sure I've got both pieces opened. Here's my mountain fold. Now, this time I'm gonna do something a little different. This time with my scissors, I'm gonna leave it in this fold, and I'm gonna cut on the fold about that far in. Now, that's about how far I left uncut on the first one. Okay, and I'm gonna do that on both sides. So right on that fold, about that far in, on both sides. Okay, and you're gonna do that on all 9 pieces. And I would do it 1 or 2 pieces at a time. Don't get in a hurry. All right, so when you have all of those done, we're gonna take our first piece again. Okay, we're gonna open that first piece up. We're gonna take one of those sections that we just cut, open it up, and you're gonna fold it. Don't crease it. And you're gonna stick it through that hole. You gotta kind of be careful because you don't want to tear your paper. You kind of open it up where you cut it, and it's gonna fit in to these little slits. Take another section. Curl it up. Slide it in. Gently open it up. Slide it in at the bottom. Slide it in at the top. Don't try to do too many at one time. And if that one piece of paper tears, you just get another piece of paper, fold it, cut the center again. Just requires you to work a little bit. Little ones might need a little help. Don't force it because you will tear it. Once it's done, just press down, close it up, press down on that fold, and there you have a book. So even if you don't have cardboard for a cover, you've still got a sketchbook that's not going to fall apart. You can decorate the front and you have a brand new sketchbook for the new year. But if you have cardboard for the cover, here's how you make your cover. You take your piece of cardboard that you got from your cereal box and you take your pencil. And what you want to do is you want to use this as a pattern, okay? And you want to leave a little bit of space up here. You want to leave a little bit of space on the side, and you want to kind of eyeball it, make sure it's level or even. And then you want to use your pencil and trace right along this edge and the bottom part. Bottom part of your sketchbook. Okay, just those two sides is all you need. And then you're going to cut right along that line. You're going to cut all the way off the top. Boom. And that's your cover, your front or your back, and that's also your pattern for your next piece. So you put that on the second piece of cardboard, you line it up, and you trace. It's only two sides that you have to trace because you've lined it up at the top and the bottom if you have a nice straight side. And then you cut. Make sure that as you're doing all the cutting, you're also throwing all that stuff away. Don't leave a mess for anybody to clean up. All right, next important steps, putting our cover on. You want your glue stick. This is the most important part to remember. Do not put your glue stick, do not put your glue on your cardboard. You want to always put the glue on the smallest piece of whatever it is you're gluing. But you want it all over, right up to the edge, and all over. You want it to stick. And if you're gonna do ribbon, you wanna have it with you. Check and make sure you're putting it on the right side. You want it on the side that opens up. Put it right in the middle. Let it have a lot hanging out. Then move that off to the side. Put your cardboard down. You want this on the bottom because this is bigger. You're gonna take this, you're gonna turn it over. Here's the fold. You want that right up against this edge. You want a little bit at the top, a little bit at the bottom. And you want to press down. Okay, so my ribbon's on the bottom. This is bigger. That makes it easier for us to open the sketchbook. A little bit at the top, a little bit at the bottom. Press down, press down, press down. I also want to put a little bit of glue right here for that ribbon to be stuck to the cardboard. Okay, next cover. Lots of glue on this piece of paper. The next piece of ribbon, I want to line it up with this one so they're right at the same spot. Oh, and I don't think I did this on the other side, but you want to put glue on this ribbon too so that it sticks to the cardboard. Then, we don't want to flip this over. I want this cardboard to line up with this cardboard, so I'm going to use my eyeballs. I'm going to line it up. And I'm going to press it down. And I might have a little bit of paper sticking out here, and that's okay. Put a little bit of glue right here on that ribbon. You want to let it set up for a little bit, but there you have a sketchbook. Tie it. I would tie it gently until it's really good and dry. You can decorate the front of it. Use it for whatever you want to use it for. And that's how you make an easy peasy sketchbook.